For most students, the main problem is forgetting what they've studied well. To put it in computer terms, every human brain can store information of more than 1,000 terabytes. If all the files are in the right order, it's very easy to find and retrieve them, isn't it? Similarly, if students study in the right ways, they can remember their school lessons for a long time. Let's look at 6 ways to improve our memory power. First, notes. Taking notes is a super effective way to remember what you study. If you just keep reading without doing anything, your brain will get very tired. So, writing down the important words from each page of the chapter as notes will be very useful. You should study in such a way that just by looking at those notes, the entire lesson comes back to your memory. The first time you revise your notes, it might be a bit difficult to understand. But if you keep revising again and again, at one point, the entire lesson will flash in your mind the moment you look at your notes. Second, the link method. This link method, where you connect something you don't know to something you already know, will really boost your memory power. For example, in chemistry, to remember acid and base, if you imagine and link acid with a face showing desire, it becomes much easier to remember. Third, mind map. Studying by drawing a picture in your mind of the entire lesson, like the branches of a tree or the rooms of a house, is what we call mind mapping. If you imagine the first part of the chapter as the living room and the next page as the hall while studying, that lesson will get fixed in your mind very easily. Fourth, mnemonics. To remember which months have 30 days and which have 31, we use our knuckles, right? These kinds of shortcut methods are called mnemonics. You can remember by making a sentence or a song using the first letters of the important words in the chapter. To remember when Rahu Kalam falls every day, people say a sentence. Selvan, who sold jaggery and tamarind in Thirvarur market, became a wise man. You can use the same technique for other subjects too and improve your memory power. 5-10 fingers. For a chapter or even for 2 pages, start with the first point on your thumb and finish the last word on your little finger. Then just by looking at your fingers, you should try to recall and recite that lesson. At first, it might seem a bit difficult to memorize, but as you keep doing it, it'll become much easier. Sixth, the rhyming method. This rhyming method is very useful for remembering the names of certain tools or famous scholars. For example, to remember the name Aristotle, you can associate it with your friend Hari Prasad's name. If you assign a unique identifier to such difficult words, it becomes much easier to remember them. You should follow such methods in a way that suits each subject. If parents, teachers and friends help with this, students' memory power can be greatly improved. Live happily!